Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm going to be making a dish that reminds me of my childhood today for you. Now, it's not even a dish, it's really a condiment, and you'll find it in a lot of North Indian, especially North Indian households in the refrigerator. It's called Sirka Pyaaz. That just means vinegar onions. So onions steeped in vinegar. It's wonderful condiment. I mean, it's something you can just eat by itself or with dal makhani, butter chicken, and roti. It goes wonderfully well. We were growing up, we'd go to restaurants and eat bowls of the stuff, and they were kind enough to keep bringing it to us. So that's what I'm making for you today. Let's get started. So step one, what I have here is shallots or small onions. You can see them, they're in different sizes and shapes, but all of them are small, right? So what you want to do with these, this is a key step. You want to cut them down the middle, but not all the way through. So I'm going to show you how to do a couple, and then obviously you can figure out the rest. So you go about halfway and stop, use a nice sharp knife, and then whatever you did, go 90 degrees, go the other way and cut it down the middle again. So what you want is a cross section of 4, something like that. You see, so you get quarters, right? Hopefully you can get a good look at it. So that's what I want, and I'm going to do a few more. Let me just show you one more. So we do that, one, and then turn it 90 degrees and give it another slit about halfway down, and that's good enough. So these onions are done, and I'll do the rest of them. I'm also going to show you how I'm going to chop some ginger up. Ginger is another key ingredient for this dish. So I have about total 1 inch ginger here, and I'm going to use half of it now, half of it later, and keep watching so you'll understand why. This is an important step. So the first half of my ginger, I'm going to cut it down the middle once, and then just cut large sections that are about half a centimeter thick. So when it's done, you want something that looks like this. So we'll finish that ginger off. And last, but certainly by no means the least, I love green chilies in my Sirka Pyaaz, so I'm going to add some of those today. For these, it's very simple. Get rid of the top and just slice it once down the middle. The reason you slice down the middle is so that you get all of the chili flavor infused in the whole mixture, and that's good enough right there. You don't have to slit it all the way through, just like that, so it opens up, right? So we'll finish this off, and then we'll get to the next step. All right, so for our next step, I have 1 cup of water here that I brought to a boil. It's just water in here for now. With that, I'm going to add beetroot. This is what gives it a nice rich red color. So we'll drop them in there, and you'll see as soon as I do that, the color is going to change right away. And I also have some spices. This is about half the ginger, which we cut earlier. I told you I'm going to do something else with the other half. So we're going to put that in here as well, so that the flavor of ginger infuses into the whole mixture, right? And I have a few cloves, drop those in there, some whole black pepper, and most recipes you'll see on the internet, that's what they'll have, and maybe they'll have the cinnamon as well. This is cinnamon, I'll drop that in there. But what I can assure you they won't have is star anise. And trust me guys, you want to use this. This adds an exceptional flavor to the Sirka Pyaaz. So I drop that in there. Let that boil together. In the meantime, I'm also going to add sugar. Any kind of pickle, I think sugar, this is a pickle at the end of the day. So pickled sugar really helps the pickling process. So we're going to throw a couple of teaspoons of sugar in there. And obviously salt also is needed for pickling. So we have about 1.5 teaspoons, 1.5 teaspoons. Adjust that to your taste on what you like. So I'm going to let that boil till the color of the beetroot seeps in. Okay, so I cooled off my mixture, and you can see that beautiful red rich color. It's gorgeous. And once it's cool, I'm going to add my vinegar. This is about half a cup of vinegar. Add that in there and give that a quick stir. So the final step for this is now just the assembly of it. Now I told you about the ginger earlier. That ginger is still here. So take a clean jar, make sure the jar is dry, and I've told you before we like to recycle. This is a Tostitos jar, right? So it's just Tostitos, and it's salsa essentially, and we don't throw those dishes away. And look how it's useful right now. So what I'm going to do is take my onions that we split down the middle, which I showed you earlier, toss that in our jar, And I'm also going to take my green chilies, which also are slit down the middle, put that in there. And now this ginger, all right, I love to eat this raw. Some people don't put this in here. I put it because I like the ginger and the chili and the onion, all of them. So put my ginger in here raw as well. And that's nice and full, my jar. And to this, we're just going to add our mixture that we made earlier. And I'm going to strain it out because I don't want all of this things. It's all good stuff, but it's not going to go in the final prep. So I take a little strainer, and you have at home, and a tea strainer, and I'm just going to filter the liquid through. That's perfect. And now there's beetroot left in here. Knowing my wife, she's not going to throw this away. She'll probably have it in a salad. So this will not go to waste. Don't worry about that. And that's it. So now I have my onions. Look at that in the jar, and look at the beautiful color. And what you want to do is you want to keep this in your refrigerator for about at least overnight. Longer the better. It'll pickle better. So I'm going to take my jar, close it, give it a quick nice stir like this, right? Almost like you're shaking a drink or a martini, and it's covered, and that's it. That's Sirka Pyaaz. It's an easy recipe. You can make this at home very quickly in in half an hour or less. So do try it. Let me know what you think about it, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.